let's wait a little longer before we determine that we're not going to see 10.7 today. If we don't see it today, tomorrow, it's Wednesday, and Thursday, I have a hard time believing that they would release it on the last day of the month. Apple has said they'd release 10.7 later in the month. This is later in the month. This is Tuesday, the typical day that they release updates. This is not a surprise. They've already said, they've already shown us 10.7. They've already said that it's coming out later this month. Well, today's later, tomorrow's later, Thursday is later. Okay, let's throw some of these comments. We have a lot of people watching, a lot of people. Thank you for being the steadfast Final Cut Pro 10.7 Sentinel. You're more than welcome. Limelight says not out. Keeping hope alive. So here's the deal. We're not the idea of keeping hope alive. Yes, for today, we know it's coming. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. We have a lot of people watching today. We have a lot of thumbs up already. The idea, here's the idea. This was my idea. It could come out anytime between now and the time we finish this for today. If it doesn't come out today, I'll come back on tomorrow at 2 o'clock. If it doesn't come out tomorrow, I'll come back on Thursday at 2 o'clock. I just want to try to give listeners the ability to, wait a second. I didn't have the mic in the right position. I had to readjust my microphone. I just looked at it and said, wait a minute, what's going on? It's out of position. So keeping hope alive, we know that we got 10.7. We've already been told. I'm going to keep on checking this record video. Keep on checking this while we're live to see if it does indeed update. So far, nothing. So far, it's just Final Cut Pro 10.6.10, but I'm still going to keep on checking. That's fine. That's okay. I'm going to keep checking while we're live. Sometimes it comes out later in the afternoon. Who the heck knows? The idea is this. We know we're getting 10.7. We know we're getting it within the next 48 hours. I thought they might do it today since they do it on Tuesdays. Almost they do it. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. We got a lot of thumbs up and a lot of people watching today. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, okay? This is Final Cut TV. If you're new to the channel, subscribe over there so we can get our subscription numbers up. Good afternoon from a slight snowy Philadelphia. This just concurs that I was dreading that the Final Cut Pro update wouldn't come out until iOS 17.2 dropped. Conform. The functionality of the iPhone 15 for spatial recording is what will prompt the launch of Final Cut Pro's editing ability of spatial video, which will be available in 10.7. To be honest with you, I couldn't care less about that feature in Final Cut. I don't care about spatial videos. I'm not getting those goggles, so it's a small portion of editors that will be interested in that. I'm going to spend $3,500. I'm going to buy a new MacBook Pro, so that really doesn't interest me at all. Now, scrolling timeline does. A scrolling timeline absolutely interests me. We're going to keep I feel like we need silent movie era title cards as we watch Richard eagerly refresh the page. Bruce says, I thought Apple said Final Cut Pro and spatial video was a next year thing. They said it's coming out later They didn't announce it with 10.7. They did not announce it with 10.7. There was an article that said spatial videos coming 2024 to Final Cut Pro. Yes, it will be there. I don't think it'll be the same day. Apple does not build any trust anymore. Now, why? I'm not sure what you mean by that comment. They didn't say it was coming out today. They said it's coming out later this month. When they announced it, later this month. Well, this is later this month. Tomorrow is later this month. Thursday is later this month. But they usually update Final Cut Pro on Tuesdays. I guess probably over 50% of the time they update it on a Tuesday. I figured I'm going to listen. If it doesn't come out today, I'm going to come back tomorrow at 2 o'clock and we'll get a live stream at 2 o'clock. And if it doesn't come out tomorrow, then we'll come back Thursday. And according to Apple, it has to come out on Thursday because they said later this month. Unless they've changed, I haven't heard about any change of that. So this is not a trust issue, Patrick. I don't see it. It's the one thing more that they always do. Pretty sure 10.7 depends on Mac OS 14.2. No, they didn't tell us that. There was no mention that 10.7 depends on Mac OS 14.2 because it's probably going to be working on Sonoma as well. I don't think it's just going to be Mac OS 14. I hope not. Nobody said anything about that. I'm going to keep refreshing the App Store. Now. Open. Nope, not there. Not there. I'm just going to keep refreshing. I don't think we get it this month at all. Well, let's go over to what Apple said. Let's do that. Let's see what they said. Here's the official release from Apple. November the 6th. Final Cut Pro takes video editing on Mac to the next level with new features. Right here it says available later this month. It says available later this month. Right there on the Apple website. So, unless there's been a change, it should be coming out anytime. Today, it can still come out today. I haven't given up hope yet, but we'll have to see. If not, I'll come back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. We got a lot of people watching, a lot of thumbs up. Hey, Richard, I believe they're releasing 10.7 before the month end. That's what they said. This is before the month end. It could come out still today. We'll have to see. All updates have been available at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the past. That is not correct. They come out at different times. Sometimes they're available in the morning. Sometimes they are available at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. I've seen them available. I've seen available later than that. See. Big Bot Studio says, I heard Thursday. That would be the last day of the month? That's really bizarre. I don't know why they would do that, but if that's the case, we'll be back here live streaming on Thursday at 2 o'clock as well, 2 o'clock Eastern. So let me just do this. Now, I'm presuming I'm still on Sonoma. I'm presuming that's not the issue. That's all right. That's all right. We have a lot of people watching. A lot of people watching. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. It's appreciated. It won't arrive this month. Well, according to Apple, it will arrive this month. So if they do the 30th, then technically they aren't liars, but I'm done with Apple dragging its feet on everything. Oh, for Pete's sakes. That's, of all the things to be worried about, look, they've already shown us, they've already pre-announced 10.7 at the Creative Summit. They've already pre-announced it. There's no reason to give Apple a hard time about, they said later this month. It could still come out today. Look, they could be, they watch this live stream. The Final Cut Pro team watches this live stream. They could be ready to press that button, and as soon as we go off the air, I don't know. No idea. But as far as you don't care, but Apple does. I'm not even sure what the heck that means. I don't care. And only the betas of iOS and Mac OS dropped. I don't know what the betas have anything to do with the updating Final Cut Pro. I'm going to keep watching. My app store is over here. I'm going to keep watching. Do you connect an external mic to your 15 Pro Max? I have a Sennheiser, would like to add to my 15 Pro Max, but definitely adapters I'm using will not recognize the mic. Is it an XLR mic? Is that what that is? I connect my Sennheiser MKE 600 mic to my iPhone 15, and I connect my Sennheiser MKE 400. Both of those I connect to my iPhone, but I use the Rode Wireless Go setup. So what I do is I use this setup, Rode Wireless Go, and I connect one of these transmitters to the Sennheiser microphones. And then this has a USB-C port. This is the receiver. This plugs directly into the iPhone. That's how I get my Pro audio into my iPhone at this point. Pardon my French, but DaVinci Resolve 18 is magnificent. I'm starting to think Final Cut Pro looks a lot like iMovie Pro, but the ability to round trip between Final Cut Pro and Resolve is awesome. I don't think, well, we know DaVinci Resolve 18. We know DaVinci Resolve 18 is magnificent. I've talked about it many times. The Apple Final Cut Pro team, during the Q&A at the Creative Summit, said specifically they gave accolades to DaVinci Resolve. They said DaVinci Resolve is a very good, either a great app or a very good app. It keeps us on our toes, something along those lines. I forget exactly what they said, but they brought up DaVinci Resolve. So you need 10.7 to edit spatial video, okay, but spatial video is not coming out till 2024, and Final Cut Pro 10.7 should be out anytime between now and Thursday. I thought it might drop today. I haven't got up help yet. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. It's appreciated. I'm going to just keep watching the screen to see if it comes out. Agree, professionals will want the scrolling timeline, but the new users who want the bells and whistles of spatial video recording. Are you spending $3,500 on those goggles? I'm not. There's 4 million Final Cut Pro editors, maybe 5 million. I doubt if a small portion of those, maybe a few thousand, are going to be buying those Vision Pros. Final Cut Pro update is never released on the same day as beta drops. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. It has nothing, Final Cut Pro update has nothing to do with betas. Nothing to do. Happy to see you. I keep checking my iPad Pro for a newer version of Final Cut Pro Junior. They didn't tell you that, but faster encodes depends on changes to the video toolbox framework, which would have to come with the software update. There is no way to have faster encodes currently. They didn't tell us anything about a new version of the Mac OS. 10.7 will be able to run older OSs as well. Yeah, they didn't say it. They didn't say that it's only for Mac OS 14, whatever the heck. What? Thank you very much for the thumbs up. What version am I on right now? About this Mac, I am on Ventura. I'm on, 13.5. So they didn't say anything about that being a requirement. So 10.7 is going to run on Ventura and Sonoma. I'm sure of that. They didn't say anything about requiring a Mac OS update. So just cross that one off your list. But it's not binding. Remember, Apple's people said they move at their own speed. What they said was they update Final Cut Pro. They're going to update it as they see fit. But Apple has officially announced it's going to be out later this month. They've also let us see it. We saw it in action. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. It is appreciated. Lots of thumbs up, lots of people watching today. So, Final Cut Pro 10.7, I'm sure is going to run on Ventura and Sonoma, both. I'm sure of that. Here's my backyard after leaf cleanup. After leaf cleanup. Let me, we got a bird there at the feeder. What kind of bird is that? I don't even know. I can't tell. Let me check on something here a second. Wait 1 second, please. Let me do this. Leaves 2023. All right, I'm going to do this. Hold on 1 second. We are going to do this. That's the kind of leaves that were in the backyard a couple of days ago. I had a professional crew that came in and cleaned them up because the volume is like tons. I have 2 tons of leaves there typically. All right, let's do some more comments here. Dominic Carter says, round tripping is far from a peaceful experience, especially not for Sony files, despite the workarounds and available apps. Now, if you're simply importing a flat, ungraded ProRes file, it's fine, but you lose the ability to retime, speed warp, optical flow, etc. Hold on a second here. All right, we're over there. Just going to keep on checking while we're here. Here we go. it's amazing if Final Cut Pro, if they wait till the very last day of the month, they could, because Thursday is the second most popular day that they update. Still nothing in the App Store that I can see anyway. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. I'm going to test the scrolling timeline on my M1 Air as well as my 16-inch M1 Pro, both with 16 gigabytes of memory when it's released. That would be interested. Didn't Apple move a lot of the video people from Final Cut Pro development to work on security issues, blah, blah, blah? Of course, we don't know what they did. They moved people around all the time. So specifically, there is zero overlap between the Final Cut Pro team and the security team. I'm on the latest Mac OS version. I have not seen it either. Thank you. Press that button. Absolutely. Keep pressing that button. Patrick keeps saying that Mac OS has never been released on the same day as beta drops. Doesn't make any difference. It makes zero difference. They can do whatever they want whenever they want. If they want to release it today, they will release it today, beta drops or not. That has no bearing on when they're going to release it. It's amazing that people are having an existential crisis because Final Cut Pro is a little late. Hilarious. It's actually not late because they didn't say it was coming out today. I just wanted to come on here and live stream in case it came out today. All they said was later this month. Well, this is later this month. Tomorrow is later this month. Later this afternoon is later this month. Thursday is later this month. So it's not... Apple said end of the month. They said later this month. They said later this month. Okay, let's get that straight. Not end of the month. Here we go. Later this month. Available later this month. Not, they said it definitely was this month. But I understand what you're saying. You're just making a joke. What was the name of the Pro Audio kit you just mentioned that you use? So here's what I do. This is a 2-transmitter DJI, 1 receiver. This plugs in directly to the iPhone because it has a USB port. So all I do is this. Plug it directly in like that. And I got Pro Audio in the iPhone. No cable, no nothing. This is the receiver, direct plug-in USB-C. It has 2 transmitters. One of the transmitters goes on me. The other transmitter, I plug in my Sennheiser MKE 600 with an XLR to 1/8-inch adapter. That's how I get Pro Audio in. There's other ways you can do it as well, but that's how I do it presently. Just snaps right in. Just like that. Pro Audio into the iPhone 15. This is USB-C. This also has a Lightning port. It also has a Lightning port. .7 does not have spatial editing yet. They've already announced that it's coming in 2024. Folks should buy Richard some coffee while we wait. Whew. Yeah, well, listen. If it doesn't come out today, I'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And if it doesn't come out tomorrow, I'll be back Thursday at 2 o'clock, and that's the last day. Now, it can come out in the mornings as well. It can also, even though it doesn't look like it's going to come out today, it's only 2:30 on the East Coast. I've seen Final Cut Pro updates come out later in the afternoon. So I haven't given up hope yet, but it doesn't look like it's happening so far. No one said it was only for Mac OS 14. The feature depends on it, however. That's not going to prevent 10.7 from coming out. That's not going to prevent 10.7 from coming out, Final Cut Pro 10.7. It doesn't need a Mac OS update to come out. It works on older Mac OSs. That one feature, there's always features that don't work on older machines and older OSs. That's always the case with Final Cut. You're still on Ventura. My Mac crashed, and now I'm on the latest, and I'm worried about that. So, Emma, I have a dual boot system. I have a 4 terabyte SSD in my MacBook Pro, and I have a separate volume that I have Sonoma on, and I've updated it, and I did a live stream test with it, so I can switch back and forth between Ventura and Sonoma. But I have a 4 terabyte drive. It works very, very well. I'm staying on Ventura for the time being because everything that I have, it's been a year of testing things. This live streaming software, Final Cut Pro, etc. But I can boot into Sonoma at any point. I'm on Ventura. I can boot into Sonoma at any point. I'm fixing to give DaVinci money. The Blackmagic workflow with A10 Mini is like a YouTube studio in a box. I got Final Cut Pro on my system, using it since 2001. So won't go anywhere, just not getting as much. Sure, that's understandable. People say all the time, I'm going to switch to DaVinci, or I'm going to switch to Premiere, or switch to Avid, or whatever you want to do. You don't have to switch. You can use both. I use both DaVinci Resolve and Final Cut Pro, and I also use LumaFusion on the iPad. So I use 3 NLEs. Final Cut's being my primary. Listen, they gave me a scrolling timeline after 12 years, okay? It's been #1 on my list for over 12 years. The scrolling timeline's been on my list since the old classic version of Final Cut. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. It is appreciated. With the scrolling timeline, one of the reasons I had to wanting the Vision Pro was disappointed as to no longer have the need to see the entire timeline while having enough space to see the waveform. They've worked on the waveforms. I think you'll see waveform improvements regardless of whether you use scrolling timeline or not. I think you'll see that. Please understand what I said. I didn't say Final Cut Pro would only run on Sonoma. I didn't say that you said that. I just said that it doesn't need a Mac OS update. Final Cut Pro 10.7 does not need a Mac OS update. We're here talking about Final Cut Pro 10.7 coming out, not a specific feature that might need a Mac OS update or whatever, just Final Cut Pro 10.7. If they release Final Cut Pro 10.7 and they say, okay, this feature you have to update Mac OS, then that's what has to happen. But 10.7 does not require a Mac OS update because it works on older versions of the Mac OS. Apple is serious about creating a market for Final Cut Pro that is certain, and the way they're doing it, the closed ecosystem, spatial video editing, but not in Premiere and not in DaVinci. It'll be interesting. I mean, the spatial video thing, I'm not going to edit that because I'm not going to have a pair of goggles of Vision Pros to test it out. So it doesn't really interest me. Other people, fine. That's fine, but it doesn't interest me at all. What is the Pro Audio Kit? It's a DJI wireless microphone system. It could very well drop at 5 p.m. tonight. It could. I've seen it drop in later afternoon. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. It is appreciated. Listen, I will be, if it doesn't come out today, I will be back tomorrow, back here again at 2 o'clock. if it comes out tomorrow morning. Wednesday's an odd day for Final Cut Pro updates. Tuesday's the most popular. Thursday is the second most popular. So doesn't come out today. We'll check on Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow regardless. I want to give everybody the ability to comment on it. The live audience, I want you to be able to comment and experience as we go live. I mean, as it comes out live, if it does indeed come out live. Well, we'll try to catch it live. I mean, it comes out in the morning, we'll still come on at 2 o'clock and talk about it. Let me just try this. So the way I do it, I switch back and forth. I do a search for Final Cut Pro, and then I just switch back and forth a few times. Other people do their own updates page and do Command R, but neither way is coming up with any update. So we will have to see if it comes out today or it does not. The fact that it hasn't come out already is, I would say, it lowers the chance of it coming out today, but still haven't given up hope. I've seen Final Cut Pro updates, not 10, but the old version, come out on a Sunday. So it would be great if they add B-raw support. It's very, very popular. I'm out disappointed, but after years of no real audio mixer, I'm leaving for Resolve. Best to y'all. Like I said, you don't have to leave. You've already paid for Final Cut. At some point, they'll probably have an audio mixer system, but you don't have to leave one in order to use another one. You could use Resolve. Keep an eye on Final Cut. You've already paid for it. You don't have to pay again. I use them both. I use Resolve sometimes in Final Cut. I like Final Cut better because of multiple things. And now the Final Cut Pro team has given me the Final Cut, given me the scrolling timeline. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. I've been waiting for the scrolling timeline for over 12 years. So patience has paid off. I'm on Sonoma at 14.2 beta, nothing yet. I wonder if it will slowly roll out over a few hours or simultaneous for everybody. That would be a huge strain on my server. Good point. I would think once it's available in the App Store, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I do not know the answer to that. What the deal? I'll just keep checking while we're talking. Pretty nice audio setup, so I can use boom mic when recording after, boom wirelessly. You can use the boom mic wirelessly. It's wireless. That's what I use my Sennheiser MKE600. Does that work natively with iPhone? Yes, it does. It's a great, great system. It's the only system, well, there's another one that I have. It has the USB built right in. If you have a Lightning iPhone, it has a Lightning connector. It just plugs right into the phone. You don't need a cable. It just plugs right in. I use it with I have two systems, but that's the main one that I use. Love the MKE600 and the stereo MKE440 and MKE400. I use the MKE600 if I'm interviewing somebody, if I'm in front of the camera with them, and I'm interviewing them because it can reach both of us pretty well, but I don't have to stick it right in their face. I use the 400 if I have a lapel on, one of those transmitters, and I'm talking to somebody in front of the camera. I'll use the MKE400 because it doesn't stick out so far for my setup. That's a beautiful idea, but having two bootable volumes off one SSD. Smart move. Yeah, because I have a lot of stuff. I have Logic Pro, I have Ecamm Live, I have other things, Final Cut Pro, obviously, and I have plugins that are working. My system is working right now. I got a 4 terabyte SSD on this MacBook Pro. You don't partition it. What you do is you create a volume. It's very easy to do. It expands and contracts depending on what it needs. But I installed a pristine version of Sonoma on it, updated a few things. I have one password. That has to be updated. Default folder X has to be updated. Ecamm has to be updated. I have to install Final Cut. I have to install Text Expander. I have a lot of Pop Clip. I have to install Clean Shot X. A lot of things I have to install and make sure they're working before I can completely switch over. Now, is that? Yeah, there we go. So, but I need to be able to boot into Sonoma in case there's something in Final Cut Pro 10.7 that only works in Sonoma. I've had mics not work natively with the iPhone, to which would require a different app instead of the native camera. The DJI work. You set them up in hardware. You don't need an app for this. You set it up in hardware. The little screen, you set it up on this little touch screen. It's all in hardware, so it doesn't require any app. It works in the iPhone native camera app. It works in the Blackmagic camera app. It works in Road Reporter. It works in Filmic Pro. It doesn't require an app. It's in hardware. That's one of the things I like about it. You can shoot spatial video with the iPhone. You don't need the video. Yeah, but how would I monitor? It seems to me if you're going to be shooting spatial video, you'd want the Vision Pro so you can see what it looks like. I have no way of monitoring that. I'd be looking at a flat screen. Now, maybe it's something that I will be interested in if I don't need the Vision Pro. If I don't need the Vision Pro, that's what I'm referring to. Then I would be curious, let's say, curious. I feel like Charlie Brown on Halloween. I gotta rock. Well, it's only 48 hours. I mean, it's only Wednesday or Thursday. Between now and Thursday, we'll be getting 10.7. I was hoping it would be today because Tuesday is typically the day that we get it. Tuesday is who knew a pending software upgrade could ruin so many people's days? I don't think it's ruining anybody's days. I don't think it's ruining anybody's days at all. I'm just going to copy this so I have it. So we have it over there. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. We got a lot of thumbs up. So I don't think it's ruining. Listen, I just thought that it might come out today. Possibility. It's still a possibility, but I'd say the longer we hold off on it not coming out, it's almost 3 o'clock on the East Coast, the less likely. A lot of questions about audio. Can you use boom pole with? Yeah, absolutely. You just attach the transmitter to the microphone and then put the microphone in the boom pole. It's wireless. Works really well. I'm not starting a new project without the update ever since 10.6.7, whatever it was. Screw that last project. Yeah, there was a couple. There was a couple of projects. There was a couple of updates that had 2-week bug fixes in August, 2 in a row. Looking forward to scrolling timeline. Thanks for suggesting. You're more than welcome. Spatial video will have the same functionality on your phone to preview content such as 360 photos. You'll be able to drag it prescriptive. Yeah, okay. Well, that's interesting. But I guess the idea of the Vision Pro is just like it's all encompassing, and it's like the, they keep saying the Minority Report effect, like everything's in front of you, not a flat screen, not a flat screen like an iPhone. You make good points. I'll look at editing that way. It'll be interesting. Have a good day, Rich. I'm asking Santa for DJI. Pretty awesome stuff. Not only that, but it's on sale. It was on sale for $240 for the kit, charging case, two transmitters, one receiver, all the adapters. I paid $329 for it. So it was $75 off. At least it was. It'll be far better viewing on the goggles, but there will be the ability to preview it on all Mac devices. Okay. It just seems like it defeats the purpose of the Vision Pro if it's on a flat screen. That's all. I understand it's more like 360 video, not spatial, not stuff that's like Minority Report. That's okay. A lot of people here today. Look at Apple's spatial video in the keynote. The person shooting video was not wearing Vision Pro when they shot it to monitor. Good point. Not ruining day, just delaying starting a new project. Richard has worked very hard to bring us everything new about Final Cut Pro and more. Appreciate his hard work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We got a lot of viewers, a lot of thumbs up, Got a one heart. I'm not sure what that has. Richard, I think you're right. The Final Cut team watched your show. They saw this and decided to have fun with you and go to lunch early. It's 10 minutes to noon in California. Check back after 2 p.m. Pacific. Oh, that's funny. Listen, I've known some of the Final Cut Pro team for years, and I'm just checking the App Store real quick, make sure. It's interesting. Vision Pro would be more for watching back spatial video. That's what I thought. I just thought that you would, if you're editing on a flat screen, it's more like 360 video. So that's the case. That's the case with that. I don't see much point in editing I'm looking at a flat screen, but I understand. Listen, when it comes out in 2024, I'll watch some of the tutorials and see what happens. And I'll see what happens. Let's see something here. Hello? Yeah, this is, well, you know that we're live because you're watching us. You know that we're live. Of course, I won't say who this is. What's going on with Final Cut Pro 10.7? I know you said the end of the month, but it's Tuesdays typically the days that you released Final Cut Pro updates. So we figured it would be out today, so that's why we just scheduled a live stream. Really? You're kidding me. Look, I never say who this is. I never say who's calling on the live stream. I never, that's not what I would do, because I want you to keep on calling back and telling me things. So 10.7 is coming out when? You can't do it while we're on the air? Can't you just press that button to do it while we're on the air? Well, okay. Well, I'm going to come back on tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and I'm going to come back on Thursday. If it's not out between today and tomorrow, I'll come back on Thursday. But I'm going to keep on coming back live until you release it. You said it was going to be out later this month. Today, yes, I understand today's later this month. I understand that tomorrow is later this month, and I understand that Thursday is later this month. I understand that. I understand. Just please get it out. I mean, we're waiting. You've already demoed it. People know what the features are in it, scrolling timeline and some other things. Okay. All right. So I won't say who it is. I won't say who it is. All right. Okay. Thanks for calling in, Tim. I appreciate it. When will we see white smoke coming from the spaceship campus? 10.7 will be released. Bob Newhart called. Absolutely. We're just waiting. We're just going to wait a little bit longer. It's only been, okay, we'll wait till it's 3 o'clock, see if it comes out yet. I tell you, it hasn't, it's going to be out. If it's not out today, it'll be out tomorrow or Thursday or any time in between. I mean, they could release in the middle of the night. That would be unusual, but they certainly could do that. They certainly could do that. All together now, push the button, push the button. Absolutely. Maybe if we all push it at the same time, we'll get the update. We're still waiting. Still waiting to see if it comes out today. Haven't given up entirely yet. We will keep on monitoring the situation. I didn't get much information from that phone call. So did you buy anything over the Black Friday sales? Well, there you go. Maybe the evening Scary Fast event kicked off a new evening release schedule. I'm going to keep on checking the App Store between, not every half hour, every once an hour or something like that. Obviously, thank you very much for the thumbs up. It's appreciated. Obviously, this is almost, we got 2 more minutes till 3 o'clock, which is 12 noon Pacific. So I'm going to keep on here for a little while longer. Why not? Maybe we'll get another phone call. Maybe we'll get another phone call. Let me just check something here. Let me see. So this is one of the peculiarities. Let me just pull that up. I'm going to check this right now. Help. I'm going to quit that. Quit Final Cut Pro. This is when you go to submit feedback to the Final Cut Pro page. This is available, Final Cut Pro 10.7. It's odd, but it's been there since it was announced. Let me just... I'm just checking something. Yeah, it's right there. So let's go over here. Here is the Final Cut Pro feedback page. I'm not going to leave any comments. Which version of Final Cut Pro are you running on your Mac? What version? What's it say? 10.7. This has been there for a week or two. So obviously we're getting 10.7 at some point shortly, but it's right there, Final Cut Pro 10.7. So anyway, let's go back to here. Maybe, perhaps for that small lucky group of beta testers. I don't know if they're lucky. I don't know if you would consider them lucky. They have a lot of work to do. As being a beta tester. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. It is appreciated. Let's just check one more time. We're going to keep on checking while we're live. See if they update Final Cut Pro. I don't know how it works. Do they update it at the same time around the world, or do they update it, in the United States and roll it out for other places at different times? That I don't know. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday. I'll update the graphic. I already have a graphic ready to go. Let me, there's that. Let me just show you, just in case. Just in case. Fade it. I don't have that. But anyway, I have a Wednesday version of the graphic, so I'll put it out tomorrow. If I had to guess, based on that phone call, Thursday was looking good. Well, it should be out. If they listened, if they promise the end of this month, later this month, Thursday is the very last day they could do that. obviously. But it could come out today still, later today. Unlikely. Unlikely. Let's just keep on checking. At some point, that's going to say update. At some point, that's going to say update. Maybe they're waiting for us to go off the air, and they'll release it once we're off the air. Who the heck knows? It's fine. Listen, the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit 2023 was fantastic. They gave us a preview of Final Cut Pro 10.7, scrolling timeline, some other features. There was a lot of energy, Final Cut Pro energy. So as I keep saying this is the beginning of the 10.7 era of Final Cut Pro. This is the very beginning of the Final Cut Pro 10.7 era. This is not 10.6, 10.5, 10.4, 10.3. This is the beginning of the future of Final Cut Pro. So speaking of that, I've started a Facebook group that's specifically going to be dedicated to Final Cut Pro 10.7. So if you want to join it, right now it's open enrollment. Go to facebook.com/group/Final Cut Pro 10.7 and you can join. But the idea is it's going to be mostly 90% Final Cut Pro 10.7 and forward. We're not going to be that involved with 10.6, 10.5, etc. Obviously, there'll be some overlap, but we're going to concentrate on going with Final Cut Pro 10.7. I just started the group. It just started it, so got a few multicam concerts to edit. Would love the chair time with 10.7. Absolutely. I have 1.5 terabytes of video footage from the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. I've already edited some of those videos, but I'm waiting to do bigger edits till I get my scrolling timeline. I'm holding off all my projects. I have a family member's wedding video that I'm working on. I have a documentary that's been shown in the theater that's going to have another viewing. I'm waiting on that till I get the scrolling timeline. Everything important, I'm waiting on the scrolling timeline because some of the stuff is hours long. 1.5 terabytes of data. I'll be very curious how that scrolling timeline works, especially for those of you that are still on Intel. How you doing, Matthew? Glad you could join in. Glad you could join in. All right, I'm just going to keep on checking while we're here. I mean, if it comes out as soon as we finish, it comes out as soon as we finish. Nothing I can do about that. Still not here, still not here. But we'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be back, if it's not out tomorrow, we'll be back on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I have around 700 gigabytes of mini DV and HDV recordings I want to re-edit, but with my children growing up, but I am not going to start until after the release of 10.7. Any thoughts on using Final Cut Pro to create YouTube shorts with subtitles? I'm looking for good plugins or templates. I use Final Cut Pro for shorts. But there's a couple of plugins for subtitling. Obviously, you can do it manually, but there's a couple of things. I use Descript. There's a couple of plugins I have for Final Cut. One from our friend Alex from Ultimedia. But right now, I take it into Resolve and subtitle into Resolve. It's built into the Resolve Studio. I just joined the Facebook group. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's just been open for like a week. I just started for a week because what happens is I'm more interested in Final Cut Pro 10.7 in the future and not as much interested in 10.6, 10.5, 10.4. I belong to a dozen Facebook Final Cut Pro Facebook groups, but I want one that's dedicated just to 10.7, which is the reason I started it. Right now, you can join, anybody can join, but we may lock it down. In the future, we'll have to see. I purchased a 16-inch M1 Max MacBook, 64 gigabytes RAM. That's what I have. 4 terabytes. That's what I have. For a really good deal on B8, so I'm upgrading my 2016 MacBook Intel. Same would have cost me $5,000 on the M3. Just too good of a deal. That's a really good deal. Plus, it's the one that I have. That's exactly what I have. 4 terabyte SSD, top graphics, top CPU, 64 gigabytes of RAM. It's fantastic. There's no motivation for me to update to a new MacBook Pro. Maybe I'll wait till the M4, or I'll wait till the M3 gets that kind of a sale. Let me just do one thing here real quick while I got everybody. I'm going to do this. Coffee Tuesday. All right, there's Tuesday. Huh. Just taking care of this real quick. There we go. Export. MacBook Pro storage. There. Done. Now we're going back to here and going back to Ecamm Live. So I'm using a Stream Deck. I have an Apollo Twin X for my audio interface. But here, let's look at this real quick. I'll put this up. So 10.7's in the help menu, and the suggestion box as an option. It's been there for over a week. Obviously, it's coming out within 48 hours. Let me see. Here we go. Let's do this. This will be for tomorrow. I made the graphic up for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Same graphic. I'll put a new link to a new YouTube. But this is already done. I'll put a new link up. Yeah, somebody else said that. So they did a nighttime product event, maybe a nighttime update drop. Hello from Salt Lake, Utah. Looking forward to being able to update to new Final Cut Pro and have a built-in SD card reader. Sometimes the card reader, you have to plug and unplug the card once or twice. Sometimes. People having M1 or M2 versions would not benefit from the M3 in most cases, work in 3D and machine learning being the exceptions. Absolutely. I own the Mac Studio M1 Ultra base. I thought the 14-inch M2 Pro, I bought the 14-inch M for travel and set data dumps, but I don't edit on it. Just curious, what platform are you using to broadcast? Thanks for the show today. Well, let me show you what it is. This is Ecamm Live. This is the screen that I'm watching. I have the program screen, the preview screen. I'm watching my audio over here. No, over here. Let me see, where's my audio? This hand goes this way. So you can see my audio levels right there. You can see that. This is my old Strat in the background. You have my microphone, one of my microphones, my amp, my phone. We got a call from Apple, or oops, I can't say who it was from. We got a call from somebody earlier on that old rotary phone. It's like the hotline. But this is Ecamm Live. This is Ecamm Live. I've been using this for years. It's a great program. It is a subscription. They just had 40% off for new subscribers only. I don't know if that's still available, but it's a great, great deal. 40% off for lifetime. You'll be paying 40% off for the rest of your life, not just for 1 year. Anyway, this is my screen. I'm watching things. Over here is all the way over there. Where is it? All the way over there in the bottom right-hand corner is my internet speed that I'm broadcasting from. There's all kinds of things. But this is, you can see the comments are over there, coming in over there. Those are the ones that I can preview them before I post them. This is Ecamm Live. I'm a big proponent of Ecamm Live. It's fantastic. How do you know the update is going to be out in the next 48 hours? Sorry, just got here because that's what Apple said. That's why. Let's go over there. We'll go over there one more time. It says right here, this is Apple announcing the updates a couple of weeks ago. And right here it says, as a matter of fact, the text is really small. Here we go. Available later this month. That's why I say within the next 48 hours, because it's only 2 more days. It's only 2 more days left in the month. So the next 48 hours, it should be out if Apple is sticking to their, unless there's a problem. I doubt it. I haven't heard anything about that. Do you anticipate any additional features in the new update or just those discussed at the summit? Wouldn't be surprised if there was additional features. I would not be surprised, but usually the Final Cut Pro team is a little conservative with listing all the features. 10.6.10 crashes every time I hit play on any media. Can't wait for 10.7. So Daniel, try a new project with new media and see if it crashes on you. It's probably something in your library, in your project, that's causing the crashing. Do you think it would be possible for that Apple has found a bug they need to iron out before the release? No, I don't think so, because they've released Final Cut Pro updates with bugs. They did it twice in August, and then they fixed the bugs within a couple of weeks or a month. So I don't think, unless it's something major, I don't think that's the case. And if it is, they should let us know, because Apple's website says later this month. So I don't think so. I don't think I mean, is it possible? Of course, but I don't think that's, I think they're just waiting till later this month, till the last day. I don't know why. It's when we saw it demoed at the Creative Summit. We saw it on screen. They demoed it. We saw it in the demo rooms as well. They demoed it. It seemed fine and stable, and that was weeks ago. So it's got to go through a process. It's got to go through a process. Let's go over here and look, see what's going on. Nothing yet. Nothing yet on the East Coast of the good old USA, as I always say. Okay, that makes sense. Has Apple ever pushed back an update expected without saying anything? As anticipated as Final Cut Pro 10.7 is, if there's an issue, they should let us know. It's a very anticipated Pro app. It's not just Notes or Safari that everybody uses. This affects the Pro video community. So I would expect if there's an issue, I don't think there's an issue. I think they're just waiting till the end of the month. But anyway, I'll do a new graphic. I'll set up a new live stream for tomorrow and see what happens. We'll do another one tomorrow. If it comes out tomorrow morning, that's fine. We'll still come on and discuss it. One of the reasons I do these live streams is for the audience. I like having the audience participation, everybody making their comments. Did Apple say which OS the demo was run on? Not that it really matters. I don't know. I would presume it was on Sonoma. I would just presume it was on a new M3. It was on a new M3, so I guess it was Sonoma. But I'm sure it's going to be running on Ventura as well. Maybe not with 100% feature parity. Maybe something won't be available unless you run Sonoma. That's a possibility. But thank you very much for the thumbs up. 37 thumbs up at this point. Fantastic. So we'll come back on tomorrow unless it comes out later today. We'll just check here. I mean, maybe they're waiting for us to go off the air. Could be. But that's okay. That's okay. This live stream is the best. Thank you, Rogerio. I appreciate it. I have fun. I really enjoy this. It's like having a TV station in your house. It's just fantastic. So let's go ahead and I'm going to get off. If it comes out this afternoon, still it's 3:20. I'll come back on just for a quick live stream. The main thing you want to do is you want to go over to. Let's do this. Let me just do this. I don't know if I've ever. All right, let's do this. Subscribe over there. YouTube. You know what? That's not it. YouTube.com. Not just YouTube. Richard Taylor TV. There you go. Just subscribe to over there at the YouTube channel and you'll be notified when we go live. Click the notification bell. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. It is appreciated. Do you have an email list for more direct show notifications? I don't. I don't sell anything. You know, I'm not selling anything other than just providing information about Final Cut. So the only other thing I could say is go to our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/Final Cut Radio TV, not Final Cut Pro, Final Cut Radio TV on Facebook. And I post things on there a lot. That's the most direct way to be updated if you're on there. If not, on Twitter, go to Richard Taylor TV. I post things on there, or the YouTube channel. Those are the three ways that I let people know what's going on. But anyway, just double check. It doesn't look like it's coming out today. Well, at least not now. I'm going to get off here and get ready for open. Now, if they put it out as soon as we go off the air, you know darn well they're watching. Well, we know they're watching. We know they're watching. But tomorrow, here's the thing. Wednesdays are very unusual for a Final Cut Pro update. That doesn't mean 100% of anything. They could release it whatever day they want. Could come out later today. Could come out tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning. Could come out at midnight. Unusual, but it could. If it's not tomorrow, we'll come back on tomorrow at 2 o'clock have our conversations, talk about Final Cut Pro 10.7, see if they update it. If they haven't updated it by 2 o'clock, we'll see. Maybe they'll update it at after 2. And if not, then Thursday's a sure bet, isn't it? It is. It is indeed. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe over there at the YouTube channel. Go to our Facebook page. And I will see everybody tomorrow. You are the best audience. You're the best Final Cut Pro Live audience. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later.